Hi everyone, this video is going to show you how to create a short answer question in ExamSoft. First, before you log into ExamSoft, you're going to want to make sure that you have the question and your answers readily available. You're also going to want to make sure that you have all of your category tagging information ready to go and a place to type in or write down your ID number, so that way you can add it to the assessment later. So you're going to want to go ahead and log in to ExamSoft using your Neomed email and ExamSoft password. If you don't have access to your password or you can't remember it, you need to email your course coordinator, or you can email Lisa Morris and she can reset it for you. So upon logging in, once you come to the ExamSoft home screen, you're going to want to click on Create Questions. Then you're going to want to click on Create Essay. Upon coming to the Create Essay question page, you're going to want to write down the ID number so that way you can add it to the assessment later on. Once you do that, you're going to want to go ahead and select a folder to save the question in. If you notice, this question is actually a question from the Pediatric Pharmacotherapy Question Bank, because I knew there were a lot of short answer questions in the question bank with the answers provided. Again, if you are working in pharmacotherapeutics, you would save it to either pharmacotherapeutics 1, 2, or 3, and then to the specific module that the question relates to. So now you've got a folder to have the question saved to. So next, if need be, you can go ahead and group the question. I've never seen a short answer question that has needed to be grouped, but if you do, this is where you would want to enter that information. In previous videos, I do show you how to group questions, so make sure you take a look at those to see how to group questions. Next, you're going to want to add your categories. Again, I'm going to be adding this into pediatric pharmacotherapy so the information matches. But if you were in pharmacotherapeutics, you would come down here and enter the information into one of the pharmacotherapeutics folders. So my topic is pediatric drug references, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. The ACP appendix and the level of difficulty, how you go about adding those, will be the same whether you are adding them for a pharmacotherapeutics course or a different course. So you're going to want to scroll all the way down, and you would click on Learning Outcomes, click on External, and then the ACPE Appendix 1. And this appendix is A1CS04. So you would click on that, and then you would scroll all the way down to the very bottom. You would click on Level of Difficulty, and then click on Introductory. Once you're finished, you would hit Done, and your categories have been added. Next is the weight. So you can see here that each question, because it's asking you to list 2 reasons, so each answer is worth 1.5 points. This is where you would enter that information. Next, if you need to attach a large image, this is where you would attach it. Whether you attach it here or embed it in the question stem really depends on how big the image is. If the image isn't very big, you would put it in the question stem. If it is a larger image, you would want to attach it here because the students are taking these assessments on a laptop, so they don't have a very big screen to view large images on, especially if they're in the question stem. They're having to scroll up and down in order to view the entire image. So the next in the internal comments section is where you're going to want to enter your answers. So first you're going to want to copy your answers and actually paste them into a new Word document. to get rid of the formatting, because as you can see, this has been indented, so you want to get rid of that. ExamSoft doesn't really like when there's a bunch of formatting done to a question or an answer, and sometimes it changes the format of how the question looks when we go ahead and preview them. So you want to remove any formatting, and then also make sure that your font is in Arial 12-point font. So then you can go ahead and cut that and paste it into the internal comments, and then there are all your answers, and then you'll click on submit, and as you can see, the answers are right there. So then next you're going to want to go ahead and enter in the actual question. So again, you're going to want to copy this and paste it into a new Word document. Remove the formatting, and then you can go ahead and cut it. And there's a few ways then to paste it into ExamSoft. So you can click on this icon and then click on paste, and it'll paste it in there, and then you click on OK and it'll show up in the question stem. You can also just right click and then hit paste, and again the same screen pops up and you can paste the text in here and then hit OK. I personally like to use the keyboard function, so I'll just hit Control V, and there it is in the question stem. Once I'm done with that, I would hit approve, and that way I know the question is usable on an assessment. If you click on save, it saves the question as a draft, and you can't add it to an assessment. So you always want to click on approve. I'm not going to actually click approve because this is already an existing question in the pediatric pharmacotherapy question bank. Once you've created the question and then you've added the question to the assessment, you're going to want to go ahead and come up here and click log out. If you are editing an assessment and you just simply click out of the web browser, if someone else goes in, logs into ExamSoft to work on the same assessment, it will show that you're still working on it, and unfortunately only one person at a time can edit an assessment. So it's just good practice that whenever you're done doing anything in ExamSoft, you just come up here and click log out. And that's how you create a short answer question in ExamSoft.